when you talk about taking away a preseason game, I feel like you take away a lot of opportunities for young guys. And when you talk about opportunities, we're transitioning to Shedeur Sanders and that quarterback room in Cleveland. Minus Deshaun Watson, they have 5 quarterbacks on the roster right now. 5. You add in Deshaun Watson, that's 6 quarterbacks. Tell me why a 4th game won't be beneficial to a player like a Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders.
Look, I won't tell you that, because when you're in camp and you're, like Shedeur said, you're getting 3 or 4 reps in practice.
Right.
Those games are extremely essential, and Shedeur is going to get a chance in those preseason games, and coming up he's going to start 1 or 2. So that's a big step for him to go in and be able to perform in while the Bullets are really flying.
Right.
So a 4th preseason game can help certain players out, and then certain players don't really need it. But at the end of the day, most rosters are set even before we even get to that point.
For at least 42 out of 52
spots. You gotta be a real outlier in that game specifically to really make the team from that game. So do we really need it? No.
Okay, you put me on the spot then here. All right, so the owner, Jimmy Haslam, came out and basically said the Shedeur Sanders pick was a surprise to me. And had I not known about that pick beforehand, probably would have spoke up, but I was trying to trust the general manager, but he came out flat, said that's not my pick. So I'm going to give you a response if I'm Shedeur Sanders, and I want you to tell me what an organization would say to you based on my response. All right, so Jimmy Haslam just says that I'm Shedeur Sanders. All right. Man, can't control what the owner has to say, but it's up to me to prove him wrong and to go out here and show my worth each and every day. I'm thankful. I'm grateful for the opportunity presented, to me. And I just got to go out here and go prove the owner wrong, and I got to earn my spot on the 53-man roster. That's the political answer.
I was just about to say
the political answer.
What do you really feel?
That's bogus. What you mean? You don't know what you mean? Why do y'all hate me so much? Like, if I'm Shedeur, it's like, what is it about me that made me slide in the draft? What is it about the media where you write all these narratives and these stories? It's like, oh, he's Deion Sanders' son. Like, the fact that he telling his own dad not to come to practice, like, I think that's kind of wild, even from a journalist standpoint. Where do you think the journalist could, what percentage do you think the journalist has in the narratives that's being shaped around Shedeur and his dad and his upbringing and all that?
I mean, they're the ones that's putting it on blast. That narrative that's coming out.
Not everyone.
It's being pushed to the public by the journalists.
Not everyone. There's a lot of journalists
you can
on
say
social.
Not everyone for everything.
There's a lot of journalists on social media that aren't journalists, but everyone on social media is a journalist nowadays because everyone can have an opinion. And that's really what all the sports world is now. It's just opinionated stuff.
Okay, yeah. And when the opinion is extremely negative, it's coming from somewhere. Where did they hear these reports about Shedeur Sanders' attitude or Shedeur Sanders' meetings that didn't go as well as they thought they should have? It was reported by said journalists.
Must be two sides. Where are the journalists getting that information? They can't just go out there and lie. This is not Twitter where people just go out there and lie and post videos from a year ago and say, this is X player and it's not X player. Like, these journalists are getting their information from a source. So who in the organization is leaking that?
See, that is something I'm not privy to, but they can go out there and push a narrative.
Two sides to every story. If they're getting that narrative from a source, a verified source, and multiple sources, it's not a rumor. It's a fact. Must be two sides, right?
That,
You're not just taking information from one person and being like,
it's still speculative.
It is.
Come on now.
It is. But it's coming from someone inside those walls. So how can you as an athlete be frustrated as the journalist when it's like your general manager or your scout or your coach that's telling me this information?
Look, I think Shedeur is doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing. He's taking the high road. He's putting his head down and he's working. But when it comes to a point where you know that a media frenzy is finna come around, your father coming out to practice and you're not even at the point that you want to be. So you're telling your own dad not to come. You're supposed to be proud of this moment. Your dad is supposed to be extremely proud of this moment. You made it to the pinnacle of the pinnacle. This is what we've been talking about since you was a little kid and I first handed you the football.
Facts.
But the story surrounding this environment is not a good spot for you to come right now, Dad. So Go ahead and wait.
You know, I will say this. I've never seen a fourth round, well, not a fourth round, but a fifth string quarterback get as much media attention as Shedeur has. I've never seen a fifth string quarterback. I can't even tell you. Well, the Vikings don't have a fifth string quarterback right now, but
not many teams do.
I have not talked to Brett Rippon this year, who's the third string quarterback for them. It's like JJ McCarthy's the guy that.
See, that's an indictment on you.
Yeah, maybe.
You should go talk to everybody.
You should. But fans want to hear from the guy who is going to be the starter, and rightfully so. You got to hear from the starter, not the guy.
And media members push narrative based on what the fans want to hear.
Pushing narratives is crazy.